Hey, y'all, I'm so grateful that you're here because I get asked this question all the time. So I wanted to answer it for you here today. And that question is, what has made you the most successful and what has made all your clients the most successful? And obviously, this is an open-ended question, but I really want to be able to give you so much value here today. And thank you all for being here. But I really, truly want to just give you the most amount of value that I possibly can. So I'm just going to dial it in and talk about the first three things that I think are the most important that absolutely have gotten me from where I was, which, if you don't know, at 27 years old, I was kind of at my rock bottom. Externally, my life looked pretty amazing. I was playing golf professionally. I had a modeling contract. I was actually quite attractive, skinny, all of the things. But the truth of the matter is, I was pretty much at my personal rock bottom. I had a horrible eating disorder, felt so out of alignment in my life. I didn't know what the hell I wanted to do. I knew that other people outside of me were happy and they had a lot less than me. And so I had to figure out what my true purpose, my true passion was on this planet. And I wanted to be super fucking successful. And I knew following what someone else was telling me to do was never going to get me there. So I knew that I had to do some severe personal development. Fast forward like 13, 14 years later, I am now one of the most successful one-on-one coaches that there is. And I truly believe I have one of the greatest lives ever because I decided. So if you don't know that about me, my whole entire brand is called Decide It's Your Turn. That's the podcast, the Decide It's Your Turn podcast. You can always go check that out. Everything that I believe in and everything I coach and everything that I teach that gets you the life that I truly believe every single person has a God-given responsibility. And to get that life, the amazing life that you want in life and business, takes three things: decision, faith, and action. It took me many years to get there, but now for the last 5.5 years, almost 6 now, I have been coaching others to getting a life that they're absolutely obsessed with and making good money, because I truly believe when you're in alignment with your purpose, when you're living life at the highest vibrational level and you're confident and clear on what the fuck you're supposed to be doing in this world, the sky is the absolute limit, and that is your God-given responsibility. So the very first thing that I did when I was transitioning, so I was starting in personal self-development, kind of got my shit right, figured out that, guess what? Your whole entire life is controlled by your head. So newsflash, if you didn't know that, I am here to tell you that your thoughts control your freaking reality. And if you don't know anything about me, I cut like a sailor. So I hope you're here. God and I are super legit, but I say fuck all the time. But I promise you, everything comes down to your mind. And over the years, over the last 13 years, I've realized that confidence and clarity are the absolute two most important things to go from where you are to the next level. So you may not be a complete dumpster fire like I was 13 years ago. God, a lot of my clients are literally doing amazing things with their life. They just want to get to the next level. And I truly believe having confidence, clarity, support, living in alignment with your purpose is 100% the most important thing. So the very first thing that I think is the most important thing, just like I just said, is being confident as shit. Confident people are willing to do whatever it takes to get to the next level. Confident people can trust themselves. So if you aren't confident, I would 100% invest in building your confidence. Obviously, this is something that I teach all the time. This is something that my clients and I work on consistently. Confidence is like a muscle. The more that you use it, the stronger it becomes. Self-trust is super, super important, but this is not a whole teaching video. This is just the top 3 things that I truly believe have made my life and my business 1,000 times better. Number 1, confidence and clarity. Clarity on what it is that you are supposed to do in this world. I tell people all the time, quick 3 things. If you aren't super, super clear on what you're supposed to be doing and what you want to do, first thing I always say is like, what would you do for free? You guys, I would do this all day, every day for free. I talk to people on the streets about this type of shit because I'm obsessed with it. So that's the first thing. Be obsessed with what you get to fucking do. What injustice do you see in the world? I literally am like so sad when I see people who are not confidently living in their purpose or living below their expectations for their life. Like, I want everyone to make a shit ton of money. I want my clients to fucking love their lives. I want them to be excelling, whether they own their own business or they work for someone else. I want people to be living so in alignment with their purpose. I want them to be so fucking confident. So like, that is the second thing, injustice in the world. So like, if you're not like, if you're unclear on what you see as an injustice in the world, you should probably get on a free one-on-one call with me. I do free discovery calls all the time. But all of that to be said, I can definitely help you with that. And then the third thing is like, Literally, what is it that you're an expert in? What is it that people come to you for? Like, literally, people have said to me since way before I started doing this coaching that I'm one of the most confident people that they know. And confidence has literally got me to where I am today. Confidence, clarity, consistency, and the three things that I always talk about: decision, faith, and action. So the second thing that I would say is like, be willing to take some friggin' action. That's the one thing that I think this online space in particular literally does you an injustice at. I didn't get to this multiple six-figure business where my practice is pretty much sold out all the time and I'm living like this unbelievable life because I've decided it, this unbelievable life and business because I've decided it by not taking massive action, by not doing the things that most people aren't willing to do. Hot tip: if you want to have a life that most people don't have, be willing to do the things that most people aren't willing to do. I am willing to do whatever it takes to have this life. And I'm so confident that I'll always achieve it because I'm willing to do whatever it takes. And that is the number one thing for sure. I am more consistent than most people. I am more confident than most people. And if you're not consistent, confident, and taking action, 100%, we should probably be working together because that is the key. I never have to worry about money in my business. Like, people always say, like, worrying about money or thinking about money or how are they, getting the next paycheck or getting the next raise or bringing in the next client or doing the next thing in their business. You guys, I am so confident and I have so much self-trust in myself that I'm willing to do whatever it takes. A few years ago, I hosted an event, which by the way, you can check out the podcast on it. I recorded it like back in 2000 or 2021, maybe. It was like how I lost $50,000 and gained so much confidence. So I did a live event in Austin and the event went off like without a hitch, but leading up to that 4 months, go listen to the podcast. It was freaking dumpster fire. But one of the things that I talked about at that event was the fact that, yes, I used to play professional golf. I don't know if you can tell behind me, definitely a sports family here, my husband and I, but I used to play professional golf and I know a lot of celebrities. I'm very, very fortunate. I used to host corporate and charity golf events. I was getting paid like $10,000 a day to go play golf with executives, celebrities, athletes, all the things. And I was invited to fly on a private jet to Cabo to go play in George Strait's golf tournament. But guess what? I said no because, number one, I know I'll always get invited. Like, I'm going to manifest that. But the second thing is I was willing to do whatever it took in order to have the success in my business. I was willing to say no to George Strait in Cabo private jet in order to have the best event ever. And that event went off with a hitch. And it was like literally one of the most incredible things ever. But I was confident enough in myself to say no to this because I knew that this was what I truly wanted. I wanted to serve every single woman at that event the best I possibly could. And yes, I lost $50,000 planning that event, but within 2 months, I had like a six-figure month by selling something afterwards, by serving my humans, saying no to the things that are like temporary, like the temporary thrill of going to George Strait in Cabo. But his private party. But anyway, I'll say no to that or this life and business that I have now created. So that is something that I think is like one of the most important things. You have to be willing to take action. You have to be willing to trust yourself. You have to be willing to do something that most people aren't. Like, my life, I travel all the time. I have a multi-six-figure business. I'm totally sold out. I have an amazing marriage. I fucking love what I get to do 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I have an amazing team. I have the best coach ever. Like, I do all of these things and I have this life because I'm confident and I trust myself. I invest in myself. I'm never afraid to spend money on myself or my business. And it is the best money you can ever freaking spend. I promise you, I would cut off my arm to be able to have the support of coaches and masterminds and therapists and all of the things because they make my life better. People always get on calls with me and they're like, oh, I'm saving up for a vacation. Maybe I'll do it next time. I am telling you, the reason why I can take a vacation whenever the fuck I want and always have the money to pay for it is because I invest in myself. You're getting it backwards. If you are not taking the money and taking the time and literally investing in your confidence, your clarity, your purpose, your business, you are cutting yourself off from a vacation whenever the fuck you want versus one time a year using that 10, 15, 20,000, whatever it is, 5,000. I don't even care. I don't care if it's $1 in yourself or $1 million in yourself. If you are not investing in yourself, you are doing yourself an injustice. Literally, I know it's one of the hardest things in the world in the beginning. I always tell this story that like one of the very first investments I made in myself, because I'm so excited about talking to you. Like this is like all I talk about all day long and I fucking love it. Everything I do is about mindset and strategy and investing in yourself and self-confidence. And my clients, I'm obsessed with what I get to do because I'm so passionate about it, because I want every single person living in their God-given purpose. But going back to my first coach, one of the first things I ever did once I really start to understand that like I truly control my life, thoughts, patterns, habits, strategy, everything comes down to you controlling your life, you being confident in who you are, what you're supposed to do in this world, taking massive action and having the support around that. Strategy, mindset are the two keys for sure. Decision, faith, and action. The faith part, I don't care if it's God to you, it's God to me. I don't care if you call it doorknob, woo-woo, crystal. One of my clients said one time, you can shove crystals up your woo-ha if you want. And if that's what it is, I don't care, but you have to have faith. The faith part is what allows you to enjoy the experience. I have a client right now who makes probably $300,000 a month. But one of the things that I always say is, I don't care how much money you're making. If you freaking hate it, and if you're not in alignment with your purpose, we can help you make money. We can make way much more. How do I even say that? Way much more money. Is that even a thing? Way much more money doing something that you enjoy and that you love and that you can stick with long term. I've been a coach doing the exact same thing, one-on-one coaching, confidence coaching, living your best life, being in alignment, finding the strategy, building your business, making the money. I've been doing the exact same thing for 5 years. It's very rare that you can find someone in the online space at the level that I'm at that's been doing the exact same thing that's still around. In 2020, I was voted one of the top confidence coaches. If you go look at that list of 20 confidence coaches in 2020, the top 20 confidence coaches, I am the only coach still on that list as a confidence coach. And I'm so proud of that because I've been doing the exact same thing because I'm the best at it. And this is like my purpose and I'm in alignment. Going back to my story about investing in myself. So my first investment in myself was $18,000 for 90 days. The coaching was actually a bit of a dumpster fire, but I will tell you, one of the best things I ever did, because it built my confidence, it built my self-trust, it got me to that next level that I had to do the next thing. Having one-on-one support is truly one of the greatest things that you can ever do. I promise you, I promise you, I promise you, it is the best investment of your life. People tell me, oh, I need to save for vacation or I need to pay off my house. No, you need to invest in you. That is what takes you to the next level of income, joy, relationship, everything. You are the best investment. When you have self-trust, when you have self-confidence, no one can take that away. No one can take that away. The internet could go away, your job could go away, the fucking pandemic could happen. You guys, one of the things that happened, my business exploded. I probably made an extra $200,000 or $300,000 in 2020 from the previous year because of my consistency, my confidence, and my clarity during the pandemic. Obviously, I know everyone handled that in different ways, zero fucking judgment. But for me, I became this pillar of confidence, trust, stability when everyone else was like fucking watching Netflix and Tiger King and quitting their business. I just decided I was going to be the most stable person. I just decided that I was going to be the pillar that said the exact same thing every day and showed the fuck up. And guess what? Everything exploded in that. My trust, my clients' trust, everyone's confidence and trust and self-trust to show up when it is so hard to show up exploded. And that's the second thing. Or was that the third thing or the second thing? I don't know. You guys let me know. The second or third thing, you have to build that confidence. You have to build that self-trust. You have to get that clarity and you have to have support. I'm telling you, life is full of ups and downs, full of ups and downs. My life, even though I say it's the greatest life ever because I've decided it, does not mean that my life is perfect. There is dumpster fires everywhere. There is sad days. There's days that I don't feel like it. There's days that I lack confidence in certain areas. I am not perfect. But what I am is very clear on my mission in this world. I'm very clear that I am always investing myself, getting myself to the next level. I put in stop losses in my life. A lot of my clients know what all of my clients know what stop losses are. I put stop losses in to make sure I am supported. And one of the ways that I do that is with my one-on-one coach. There is nothing better than having someone who knows your brain, knows your business, knows your life, who's going to hold you in that. Because there's two things that everyone needs. That is mindset and that is strategy. Whether it's your own business, whether you own your own business, whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you work for someone else, or whether you're a stay-at-home mom, it doesn't matter. Mindset and strategy. You literally, when you get these two on lock, the sky is the limit for your life. And I want every single person to love their life. I know that's so cliche, but I want you to love your life. I want you to literally live God's purpose for your life. It is your responsibility. And if you're not living in alignment with your life, you should definitely reach out to me. Right now, I'm accepting one-on-one coaching clients. There's a wait list. If when you watch this video, there's no longer, get on a free call with me. I am one of the only coaches at this level who has this much success. Clients doing multiple six figures, seven figures, starting their business, or no business at all. They just want to live a fucking amazing life. Because confidence, clarity, decision, faith, and action, those are the things that have allowed me and my hundreds of clients over the years to have that. And I want that for everyone. I am not a full of shit coach. I've been here forever. I have the testimonials and the results to prove it. This is my God-given purpose, and I want you to live in yours.